These are soft patterns. I've shown ruffles before, but there's a little bit different. They're bigger and softer, easier to do, a little bit faster. But I'm going to work with triangle sections and take 12 strokes of teasing across the base of each one so it holds the form. I'm going to turn it over once and just press the hair and help it into a nice shape. I'm going to crisscross bobby pins to lock it into place. It'll look like this. You don't really need any preparation. You can curl the hair or iron the hair, but her hair's been hot rollered earlier. But I'm going to pick up the tail of that shape into the next triangle and turn it in the opposite direction and press it forward, just so the shapes will fit together really nice. We're not looking for perfect hair. We're looking for a nice, soft, ruffly, tumbly look that's very romantic and soft. And romantic hair, we call everything romantic. Because you know what? There's all kinds of things that, the one thing about wearing your hair up, and a good thing to tell your clients about, is that when she wears her hair up, it's thrilling to the person she loves or who loves her. There's something very, romantic and appealing about the hair being up. And a lot of men or people think that it's nice to take it down. Do you know, like sometimes you might be out for dinner, you got your hair up a little bit, and over an appetizer you pull out one section and fluff it around you. Then maybe over dessert you pull out another piece. Don't get going crazy, okay? But they'll be shuddering in ecstasy. Okay, that went a little far. Okay, just do one more here and I'll just show you how soft these patterns are. Let me just turn here this way so you see. Like that. Okay, just touching the hair lightly with pins. You notice that every time I put a bobby pin, it's going straight in and then up. Straight in and then up. Take another section down towards the bottom. Turn it over the opposite direction. If you turn them all the same way, when she stands up, it looks like she's going that way. So better to alternate them. Okay. Now I've shown ruffles here before. I hope that you've tried them out. What it did for me was really help me soften up my styles to really let them have a looser, softer appeal to them. And you can make them much bigger than this. Okay. And I know a lot of you are plucking out pieces as you go, like with your braids and stuff. It's just the same thing that you can create with this. You know, here we're seeing more and more updos, lots of half-ups. But you know, it's getting the client to come into the salon. And they're not going to just come on their own. They need to be invited or excited. And I always tell clients, I think, is your birthday soon or an anniversary? You have anything special coming up? They say, oh yeah, my birthday is going to be next week. I say, do you know what? Let me get you in for an appointment to dress your hair for your birthday. Not put it up, not do an updo, but dress it up. It's kind of fun. Clients enjoy that, but it's just like us. We need to be led a little bit, somebody to guide us along on what we should do. So it's really important. A client comes to you not just for those services. It's to find out new things and explore her and different things that she can wear. And for sure, some clients can put their hair up and do a good job, but nobody does it like a pro, and it's something that's really important to do. As you go around the show this weekend, you'll see tons and tons of updos. Take what you like and develop your own style from it. Interpret it. I'm always thrilled when somebody likes the hair that I do, but it's more the technique that I'm showing than style. And if you remember your very first bob cut you ever did, you might have got lucky and then you went downhill a little bit. But then the more you did, the better you got at it, more confident, and before long, you're doing signature work. It's the same thing with your updos. So, a practice mannequin is something really, such a good investment. And force yourself to do it. I still have to practice, and I when I do a look, it doesn't turn out, then I'm going to practice that look until I get better at it. It doesn't mean I'm not going to do any ugly hair. I do so much ugly hair, I can't even believe it. Those of you that do bridal work and do a lot of updos, it's the same for you. You don't want to admit it, but sometimes you do an updo that when you look at it, when you're done, you think, oh my God. Is there anybody in here that's been working on an updo and you're looking at the back and you're thinking to yourself, yep, that's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And you say to the client, oh, you should see the back. It's really something. Oh, don't worry, nobody's going to have this look. Then you try to think of a country she's never been to, and you say, you know, this is the hottest thing in Peru. If you're from Peru, I just use that as an example. Okay. But you can make the hair look very sophisticated. Each section that I'm doing a little bit more grooming, but leaving little pieces of hair out that you ruffle one, leave the next out. You get beautiful, soft looks that you can iron afterwards if you want to. I'm going to get them into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, we've seen so many different things happening with the hair, the braid rage. All that stuff is so good for us because it gets people interested in coming into the salon. And a girl might, or a person might do a really beautiful braid on themselves, but if it's for a special occasion, you want to get those girls to come into the salon for the best braid or for the best look and to encourage them to try their own stuff. But we need their money. We do. You know, there's so many long hair clients in the world now, so many women with longer lengths of hair, and they have extensions and all kinds of things. But you know what? If you get one client with longer lengths of hair into the salon, while she's in the chair, she has at least 5 friends with long hair because they all run in herds. If you close your eyes, you can see them in the mall now. There's about 5 of them, and they're walking in front of you like that. It's just the way it is. So when you're talking to that one client that you're doing, say, geez, I really like your hair, I like your style, I like your attitude, whatever it is. I'd like to meet more people like yourself. So I tell you what, if I give you 3 of my business cards and you send 3 of your girlfriends in for a longer haircut, because I've got all kinds of different styles and variations of them, your next haircut's my treat. And they'll sincerely feel like they belong and that you want them to be clients and you approve of them. It doesn't matter how pretty somebody is. They need approval just as much as anybody else. So it's so important. And these days, salon owners and stuff, we have to get all our stylists focused on building a clientele and not resting on the laurels of maybe just the reputation of the salon. You know, it's going out after them, getting more, and feeling successful. There's not a reason why someone that works in this industry can't succeed. It's just focus and paying attention to what's going on and being proud of what you are, what you do for a living. If you go to a big event or a church event or something like that, you take your cards with you. And I'm sure there's everyone in this room, when you cut hair, you do good haircuts, of course. But there's a certain quality of hair that you think, oh my God, I love cutting that hair. It could be fine, it could be thick, but it seems like every time you cut it, it comes out beautiful. Well, the next time you're at an event, go up to people that have that same quality hair and introduce yourself and say, you know what, I'm a local stylist. I've just been admiring your hair texture. I specialize in your particular hair for cutting, and I'd just like to invite you for a consultation. Here's my card. And then just get out of their face before they ask you what you do. I hate that. I don't know. You have to be in front of the mirror before I can make a decision. But as one thing that all hairdressers that are maybe in my age group, hairdressing is work. You have to work your whole life. You have to compliment people, keep building your clientele, and anything that you want to have, anything, it's possible. But you got to work for it, and you got to be happy about it. So, I'm sorry that's like a little muffled applause there. But you know what? It's not so much directed at an owner as it is at you. Same thing as I need to hear that all the time. To stay focused and not get a headache and don't go to work, or I don't feel right, or my girlfriend's coming in from out of town, or something like that. My parents taught me, if you want to be a hairdresser and you want to be successful, go to work. While you're at work, if you don't have anything to do, start thinking of things that you can build clients with. Go through the yellow pages and look at subjects that you like. Anything. We're all desperate for a better living. And I think it's a really good thing to chase yourself. This is called a ruffle. Hope you'd try this out. Yeah, thank you. How many of you could see this at a wedding, at a party, a special event, and there's not much work to it at all? Okay. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Yeah, thanks so much. I left those little wingy things there so you could take a closer look. Okay.